Good afternoon, everyone. Today is March 4, 2026. The time is 2:27, and I now call the second day, third regular session to order. Before we begin, I would like to ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silence. At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Present.
Chairman Manglonia Donald,
Present.
Senator Manglonia Poe,
Here.
Representative Fogo.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, all four members are present.
Thank you, clerk. With all four members present, we have the quorum to proceed with today's delegation session. And before we move any further, I'd like to recognize and introduce the LB staff assisting the delegation in today's session. We have our legal counsel Joe Bermudez, our delegation clerk Francis Joan Kaipat, our delegation journal clerk D Hokuk, our Sergeant at Arms Benjamin Terlahi, IT Del Camacho, and our Youth Congress coordinator LJ Castro. Before we open up the public comment portion on the agenda, at this time I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Hold on, because
Short recess. Into session, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. This time, I would like to move to suspend pertinent rules to amend the agenda to include unnumbered communications. So move.
All right, there was a motion that was made and was seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move down to public comments. Floor is open for any member of the public who wishes to make comment on any of the agenda items. All right, being that there's none, we will close the public comment portion of the agenda and move down to adoption of the journal. And at this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I move for the adoption of Rota Legislative Delegation Journal 2407, first day, third regulation session dated January 20, 2026. So move.
There was a motion for the adoption of RLD Journal 24-7 and has been seconded. Discussion on the motion.
Ready?
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. RLD Journal 24-7 is hereby adopted. We now move down to item D, introduction of local resolutions. We have none. Messages from the governor. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have one Governor's Communication number 24-08.
Thank you, clerk. Any comments from the members? We now move down to messages from the mayor of Rota. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have seven Mayor's Communication numbers 24-07 through 24-13.
Thank you, clerk. Comments from the members. We now move down the agenda. We don't have anything under messages from the council. Reports of communications from departments and agencies. We have none. House communications. I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have six House Communication numbers 24-16 through 24-21.
Thank you, clerk. Comments from the members. At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I move to place House Local Bills 24-4243, House Local Bill 2443, House Local Bill 24-47, House Local Bill 24-49, and House Local Bill 2451 on the bill calendar for action. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. Short recess. We now rise back into session. Floor leader, you still have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make an amendment on my motions to move to place House local bills as follow, and that will be the House Local Bill 24-42, 24-43, 24-51, and 24-49. So move.
All right, there was a motion that was made by the floor leader and was seconded by Senator Paul. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Any further discussion on House communications? We now move down to Senate communications. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have two Senate communications number 24-15 and 24-16.
Comments from the members? We move down to delegation matters. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have six delegation matters numbers 24-53 through 24-58.
Comments from the members? We now move down to item L. Recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have two miscellaneous communication number 24-25 and 24-26.
Thank you, clerk. At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I move to accept miscellaneous communications numbers 24-25 and 24-26 to include patients on the RLD or Rota Legislative Delegation Medical Subsistence Allowance. So move.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, there was a motion that was made and was seconded. Further discussion? All in favor of the motion to place two additional patients to the RLD medical subsistence list, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed,
Aye.
say nay. Motion carries. Reports of committee, we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. Resolution calendar, we have none. And we now move down to our bill calendar. And at this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I move. Recess, please. Call for recess.
Short recess. We now rise back into session. Floor leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I move for the passage of House Local Bill 24-42 to amend the Wedding Cake Mountain Wildlife Conservation Area to authorize the Mayor of Rota to plan, construct, and maintain a pedestrian pathway at Wedding Cake Mountain and access to the grotto, and to initiate actions necessary to qualify for federal grants and for other purposes. So move.
There was a motion that was made and was seconded for the passage of House Local Bill 24-42. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Ready.
At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Representative Fogo,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 4 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 4 members voting yes, House Local Bill 24-42 hereby passes the delegation. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I move for the passage of House Local Bill 24-43 to establish a docking and watercraft fee for Derby event participants in utilizing the west and east docks on Rota, to include vessels, jet skis, kayaks, and canoes to exempt bona fide Rota residents and educational activities, to provide penalties for violations, and to allocate collected revenues for conservation and community programs. So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
There was a motion that was made and was seconded for the passage of House Local Bill 24-43. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Ready.
At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Representative Fogo,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Poe.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 4 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 4 members voting yes, House Local Bill 24-43 passes the delegation. At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I move for the passage of House Local Bill 24-51 to appropriate $20,000 for the Rota Aging Program and the Rota DCCA Flame Tree Arts. So move.
There was a motion that was made for the passage of House Local Bill 24-51. Further discussion?
Ready.
Recognize the clerk.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Representative Fogo,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Poe.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all 4 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With 4 members voting yes, House Local Bill 24-51 hereby passes the delegation. Recognize the clerk. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I move for the passage of House Local Bill 24-49 to appropriate $99,625 for medical subsistence, municipal scholarship, and for the operations of Mayor of Rota. So move.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
There was a motion that was made and was seconded for the passage of House Local Bill 24-49. Any further discussion? At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I would like to offer an amendment on this bill to include additional $4,000 for the medical subsistence allowance, and also this funding or appropriation will support the Marinas Games and to upgrade the Rota sports facilities in the amount of $60,000. Expenditure authority will be the Mayor of Rota. Also, the appropriation will also assist the dog control program for training and for operation purposes, and we're allocating $5,000 to that program. In addition, we're also and for the dog control, the expenditure authority will be the resident director of DLNR. In addition to the appropriation, we are also providing funds for Luta from Luta, a nonprofit organization in support of Rota's community needs. This organization plays an important role in addressing local concerns and enhancing the quality of life through the grassroots initiatives and concerns and community-driven programs. The expenditure authority will be the president of the organization. And lastly, the remaining balance on this funding will be allocated or appropriated to Rota Municipal Scholarship in the amount of $9,625. So the total amendment balance or total amendment amount is $103,625. So move. Oh, I did mention 4,000 on top of the 20,000 for the medical subsistence. So the amount will be $24,000 for the medical subsistence. So move.
Mr. Chairman, so
Recognize
point of
Senator
clarification.
Paul.
So actually, the amendment will therefore be reflected by increasing the total appropriated amount to 103 as there, according to finance, an additional 4,000 available.
Correct. So the amendment will include changing the title to reflect the 103,625.
Second.
All right, there was a motion that was made and was seconded for the amendment. Further discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Representative Fogo,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all four members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all four members voting yes, amendment hereby passes. Back to the main motion as amended. Further discussion? At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Representative Fogo,
Yes.
Senator Manglonia Poe,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all four members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all four members voting yes, House Local Bill 24-49 as amended hereby passes the delegation. That takes care of our bill calendar. We now move down to miscellaneous business. Floor is open. Recognize Senator Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple that I'd like to raise to the attention to the members. One, on the online gaming. I believe that we met and discussed this thoroughly with Rota Blue Casino, their plans and where we are as far as progressing with their license. Based on that meeting, it seems like the Rota Casino Commission needs to hire immediately, even on a part-time basis, a CEO in order for them to move forward. This is the advice of some experts that one of them, guy by the name of Blaine, that was president, I forgot his last name, but he emphasized the need to get some expert, even on a part-time basis, to advise and consult with the Rota Casino Gaming. And I'm getting worried because the funds that they paid for the license fee, if we do not get on board quickly, we might continue to appropriate some of those funding and exhaust the funds which we really need for hiring an expert. And so the other concern that was raised was the website that the government, the municipal government or the casino commission needs to establish. That has been requested to be put in place 6-8 months ago, and up to now we still don't have that website, which is very critical for the online gaming to proceed as per the operators. I know that we're very critical with local funding, and there's that temptation to try to tap onto the casino license fee, but if we want to really get this industry generating some revenue, we really need to get the casino commission organized, operating, and ready to regulate the operators. So I cannot overemphasize the need for them to get their act together. The chairman, I just want to point out also today that in several of our meetings with the delegation and the leaders of Rota, I always point out the need to open up the swimming hole beach road. It's been closed for 6-7 years already, and that's a beautiful road that was opened hundreds of years ago and used by fishermen and tourists alike, and it's such a scenic road, and I never failed to bring it up whenever we have a meeting with the municipality leaders and with Public Works, and I hope that we can have progress in that, in the reopening of that swimming hole road, even if it means that we need to divert some portions of the road. Also, I want to mention that as far as CIP, one of the concerns that, again, I like to raise up is the Doogie water line. We appropriated money for that, and it's still sitting there. The Homestead area and Doogie line, while they're not getting water line up to their individual house lots, this project will bring the water line, the main water line, to the entrance of the village Homestead, and it's taking years and years to complete that. And let's work with the I guess the CIO office and check where we can help each other to move this project forward. The other concern that I continue to raise again is the rock crusher equipment. This was funded by Office of Grant Management. It cost the government more than $300,000 by the time they purchased it, sent it to Rota, and it's been sitting there for so many years already, and the people still don't have easy access to aggregate manufactured sand. And so as a result, hollow blocks are not being manufactured, and I guess some road works that we can do locally are not being done. The rock crusher is a major concern, and we need to see what benefit from that publicly funded equipment our people can get and avail. Federal highway project, I guess we have not received any additional funding from federal highway because they continue to say that, well, they have a funded project ongoing, but this ongoing project has been ongoing for the last 9 years. And finally, they, I think they put a work stoppage, but it seems like it just ended there. I don't know what's the progress as far as continuing and finishing up the scope of work pursuant to the road contract signed between Federal Highway Public Works and the contractor. So these are areas that I think we need to put a little more effort into moving forward. Not to mention the Rota Resort, which the DPL has terminated the contract. We need to get DPL to let us know the status of that. So I don't want to prolong the session, but I just want to put that out on the record so we can all see what areas we can come in and help the agencies or departments that can greatly make things move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Paul. Any other comments from the members? In line with the issues that were brought up by Senator Paul, I just want to also share that Senator Calvo and I met with the mayor on Rota last week, and some of the issues that Senator Paul had mentioned, the mayor did provide some update on these projects. And let me just start off with the swimming hall alternate route. According to the mayor, they've in assessing the road leading to the swimming hall from the Coconut Village entrance, they have found slugs. I think the slugs that are federally protected, and so they're trying to see how they can redirect or find a solution to address those issues. The water line, the mayor asked if we had other plans to use that money elsewhere, as CIP is asking if we'd like to reallocate the money towards another project, because the NEPA process is still something that we're waiting on, and it hasn't been approved yet. But I told the mayor that this has been an ongoing effort by the delegation, not just the current delegation, but in the past. And so we've asked the mayor to hold off and continue to keep that project as part of her priority, and try to get a push with the federal entity that is pretty much in charge of getting the approval out. And so those are just some of the updates that we received in the mayor. In addition, aside from the issues that were brought up by Senator Paul, there are a couple of legislations that were introduced that relates to the Rota Casino Gaming Commission. And just for the information for our general public, these are just legislations that were introduced for the delegation to consider and to work with the RCGC to address some of the issues that were brought up by the individuals that Senator Paul had mentioned, but also to assist the commission in establishing its office to ensure that they are fully operational, to include the hiring of additional staff and the publication of certain information onto their website. We will not act on these legislations until such time we get these updates from the commission and their plans to address the concerns that were brought up by the delegation. And so it's just a matter of having these legislations ready for the event that the commission provides us these updates and we're ready to proceed. However, the challenges that we've heard about the commission finding these qualified professionals is the lack of qualified professionals or interested individuals, and so we asked them to cast their net wider and see if they can hire on a contractual basis industry professionals that can assist the commission in ensuring that they are they have the resources and the manpower to regulate and enforce our casino laws. And so again, until such time we get these reports from the commission, we will hold off on all these legislations, and we'll schedule a session as soon as the information provided to the delegation is addresses the concerns. Any other under miscellaneous business? If there's none, we
So, Chairman,
recognize Senator Paul.
I know you're a member of the Budget Conference Committee on the appropriation of the 1 million for the Mafnas Public Land Trust, which was held today. Do you know what's the result of that conference committee? The 1 million appropriation.
Thank you. The committee had agreed to allocate the funds to the Marianas Visitors Authority. 25% of those funds automatically go to PSS. The 750,000 is something that MVA is needing in order to try to maintain the flights between Korea and Saipan. Otherwise, once that market closes, we may be seeing additional cuts in our resources as well as the hours that are needed to operate our government. However, there are appropriation measures in the House that Rep. Julie and Rep. Patrick had introduced to support the operations and the projects that are that we have on the 1st and 2nd senatorial districts, which we hope that the House will pass expeditiously, and that will use to compensate what would have been addressed in this 1 million from the MPOT. Anything else under miscellaneous business?
Chairman.
Recognize Senator Cole.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, colleagues. I just wanted to comment and thank everybody for their updates. On behalf and our Chairman and Floor Leader, we did have that, like you mentioned, the Rota leadership meeting. Amongst the austerity measures and everything in place, it's great that we're looking forward to things coming up the pipeline. I would like to begin by thanking, as the Mayor, Honorable Mayor Aubrey mentioned, we have some awarded grants coming up our way, and this helps with, the critical needs of the medical referral and housing things. So that is one of the critical areas. So I'm sure the Helmsley Foundation and some of the Navy Hill being renovated and some of those discussions are on the table. So we thank them for that. Other funding out of USDA, their REPI funding, NMHC, public market. So these are things that, they are the mayor's public information will advertise. We're looking forward. We thank all the government agencies, our nonprofits, and also our people of Rota for the Marianas Gaming. It looks like as we come back, from our sessions in Saipan, we are moving along as far as upgrading the fields, the zoo, the gym, children's park, and so forth. We're thankful for the delegation and Chairman and Rep. Julie, which handled the breakdown, and also our colleagues on the breakdown for the Marianas Games in support of that. The roadside too, like Senator Paul mentioned, that is on the back burner. That's one of our top priorities, is overcoming our main route, as we look forward to, MVA and our tourism industry in our municipality moving forward to really get that the ball rolling with the appropriations and the equipment that we need to maximize the capacity for what we need to bring in and purchase for that and many more. On top of that, Rep. Julie, thank you for representing the bills that were just addressed on calendar, brought up to calendar, and the appropriations that are helpful and are needed so that we can, generate whatever revenue on whatever scale needed to fund the divisions and its appropriation. We're looking forward to, I know, team, that they mentioned about the dump site as well. That's another area that was on the agenda here. And if I may move to the delegation, I'm going down to, if I can share regarding RCGC, and the recommendation. We are looking forward to, meeting the compliance personnel that and supporting the compliance personnel that are much needed to create this framework, the foundation for RCGC, so we can get the online gaming on its way, as well as whatever other investors are coming our way, and the resort. So there's many things on the table amongst the challenges we have today, but with teamwork and collaboration, we look forward to supporting the upcoming agenda priorities that we have on hand. So thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for the people of Rota for your continued support.
Thank you, Senator Cabo. Sorry, just one more thing that I want to share. I was reminded by one of Senator Calvo's comments is that the main highway, the San Francisco de Bora Highway, Route 10, I know that this has been an ongoing issue. The update that we received from the mayor last week was that right now nothing can be done between now and I think May 4th, if I'm not mistaken, which is the deadline for the company to respond or the AG to come up with a decision. We even asked the mayor if in the meantime can the company remove the paved portion by the San Pedro Memorial Park, but according to the mayor, even that alone can't be touched until such time the decision comes out. And so after the decision comes out, DPW can proceed with announcing the bid to move forward with the resurfacing of the highway. And so we will ask the mayor to keep us informed once that decision is made, and then see how we can assist moving forward from there. We now move down to the next item on the agenda, announcements. I just want to share with the public that we have our Gelita Fest on the week of March 20. We invite everyone to come down. I think we do have campsites available if the rooms are taken, but please show your support. We welcome and invite you to Visita Luta. Any other announcements from the members? At this time, we move to adjournment, and I recognize the floor leader.
At this time, I move to adjourn today's session. Thank you.
There was a motion that was made and was seconded for the adjournment of today's delegation session. Any further discussion? There's none. All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. This delegation session is hereby adjourned at 3:06 p.m.